name is Erica, and I love supporting nurses to better care for themselves. And today I'm talking about reclaiming joy. So, if you are at a point in your life where there's some areas where you would like to have more joy or where you have lost your joy, then this video is for you. There was a point in my life when I was at a really low point. I was working as a nurse, I was a mom of three, and I was going through a separation from my husband at that time. And we ended up getting divorced. And I was incredibly exhausted emotionally and mentally. I had given my all. As a nurse, I tend to give so much of myself to others, and I wasn't replenishing me. I had essentially lost myself. I had no motivation to give anymore. I was actually seeing darkness because I was at such a point of negativity and such a low point mentally and physically that I couldn't even really see the light anymore. I remember looking out and just seeing darkness. I couldn't actually see the light in the day or in people or in life. It was an incredibly low point in my life, at a point that I never want to return. And it was something that I'd never experienced before. And I felt really close to depression, to questioning life, to questioning if I wanted to even be here. I really could not see the light. And it made me see how the way that you're feeling inside is the way that you show up in the world, and the way that you see the world, and the way that the universe feeds you. So I decided I didn't want to stay in that place. It did not feel good, and things needed to change for me. I needed to better care for myself. So I started ever so slowly taking little steps. I knew that I wanted to get out of it. There was something in me that reminded me of my worth, and that life was of value to me, and that I wanted to continue to experience it. But it wasn't easy at all at that time. I would say I was completely burnt out. My candle was out. The flame was no longer there. And it was an incredibly painful time. And so I ended up through this journey of trying to see the light again and to find joy again. I went to a workshop that was about reclaiming joy. And in that workshop, the facilitator gave all of us in the room permission to have joy in our lives. And it was that permission that was a spark for me to reach out and claim joy for myself. So from that day forward, I started making steps back to my joyful self. And there were three things that I did. One was incredibly important, which was setting the intention for myself, that I could have joy, that joy was possible, that I was going to get joy. And not just for that day or for that moment, but for my entire life, for the rest of my life, that all areas of my life would bring me joy. My family, work, my financial situation, my spiritual practice, whatever it is, that whatever I was doing on a regular basis was going to bring me joy. And that was my intention. I was very clear, and I started vocalizing it. I started telling others. I started telling myself. I started visualizing it. I started doing all the things to really magnetize and energize that intention of having joy, complete joy in my life. And then I believed it. I truly believed it, that I could actually achieve that I could actually have joy in my life. So I started shifting the voices in my head that were doubting that or negating that. And I started reprogramming myself, my body, my mind, and my spirit to truly believe that joy was attainable to me. And then, of course, I started taking actions. I started making steps in that direction of the joy that I was visualizing, that I knew that I could obtain. I started taking action. little by little, making steps, making changes, shifting in ways that felt good for me. And that's that. And now I can say I truly have joy in my life, and it comes from within. It truly comes from within. And so within, so without. And so now when I look around me, when I think about my life today, it truly makes me happy. And I'm forever grateful for that teacher that said, you can have joy. I give you permission today to have joy. So today I give all of you permission to have complete joy in your lives and to go out there and get it. And to always remember to take the time to nurse yourself.